Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we're gonna have to talk about a couple of really interesting things, and the first thing we're gonna talk about is the results of the California Pro. And guys, I have to address something. Yesterday I had some guy, a subscriber of my channel, complaining in my DMs how I was biased towards my client yesterday, Janicki. And guys, I want to address this because I know I haven't been too personal with you on this channel because this is not a podcast, this is a show, but you probably know how passionate I am about coaching. I love it just as much as making videos, if not more at this point, to be honest. And having this opportunity to coach an open bodybuilder in this show, of course, I'm going to talk about it and make the video about it. Now, I tried not to talk about it for the whole video. I tried to make it as short as possible, but it just so happened I talked about it for the most part of the video. And also, if you check out Nick Power's video, he has a 5-minute segment about Janicki. I'm sure the other channels will as well, not because they coach him or anything like that, but because he's a famous influencer. He was the star of this show. Would you really want me to talk about Hirati versus Batista Wellington for 10 minutes? I think that would be too boring also. I don't have scripts when I make my videos, guys. Even though this is a show, I just speak what I have in my mind. I edited it a little bit after, but really just whatever comes to my mind first. And yesterday, I wanted to talk about the guy that I freaking prepped. It was a huge moment in my life, in my coaching career. I loved it. I enjoyed it so much. So if you guys really are supporters of me and this channel, you should be happy for me that I did that. Not complain about how I was biased or I talked about Eric too much. Now, the other thing this guy complained about was that I was biased towards Eric's placement at his show. And I had him in 3rd or 4th. This guy was like, no way he beats Patrick Moore. I checked out the other channels. Again, Nick Power had Eric in 4th as well, beating Patrick Moore. AJ Kelly Roberts, same thing. Baidi Farl had actually Eric in 3rd. I haven't checked all the others, but I think most people actually had Eric beating Patrick Moore. I think he definitely could have beaten him. I think he was better. We're going to take a look at the footage from the finals. You're going to see why I think that again, but I think he absolutely could have placed 4th and, in my opinion, even 3rd if he had the opportunity. I don't think I'm being biased. Maybe I am. I'm not aware of it. I think I look at this objectively. And again, even if I am slightly biased, it's normal. I'm a human being, guys. Again, I get it. All you want from me is unfiltered, unbiased opinions, being a serious, real, true reporter, a journalist, whatever, but this is not really what this channel is about. I never said it is. And also, you're not paying any money for this service. This is free. You can watch it if you like it. If you don't, you don't have to. I talk about what I feel like talking about, and if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you don't, you don't. But also, guys, there is something to be said about supporting people that you follow, that you like, that you respect. I don't know. But it is what it is. That's how that video went, in that direction. Now let's check out the finals. Let's check out the results. So as I'm sure you guys know at this point, Eric took 5th. Patrick Moore was actually in 4th. Luke Carroll was in 3rd. Batista Wellington was 2nd. And of course, the winner of the show was Hirati. And I honestly didn't like how this show was run at all. It was just all too quick. I don't think a lot of these guys got a fair look. They compared the top 2 and they did it so fast. What a quick show. Nick Power in his YouTube video that I watched was really happy that this was run so fast, because I guess he doesn't like bodybuilding that much. He wanted this to be over as quickly as possible. I wanted to see more call-outs, more lineups. This was just 2 lineups, 2 call-outs. First call-out 2-man and second one with the 5 guys, and that's it. I thought we should have had another 3-man call-out to actually get a proper look and a proper comparison between Janicki, Patrick Moore, and Luke Carroll, because I don't know if this is the way it should have went. I'm not complaining necessarily that it was wrong, but if Eric had a chance to stand next to, between Patrick and Carroll and Luke here, maybe the outcome would be different. As far as Sass versus Wellington, those guys were next level. I don't think Eric could have gotten close to them. You guys saying I'm being biased. I mean, some of the guys are saying that, not everybody. Very few, actually. And I'm addressing them. Most of you were supporting me and agreeing with me, but not everybody, unfortunately. Again, what I'm saying is the top 2 was very firmly in that top 2, but 3, 4, and 5 was very, very debatable. So, again, what I thought was Eric just had a nicer structure, probably harder look. You know, he was really lean, really hard, and he was getting harder as he was posing, and that's why he kept moving up. And from what I'm hearing from the guys who were at the audience, they said that he was even better at the finals. Now, what Eric should change is definitely his posing. He didn't really do a good job with the front lat spread. He didn't open up well in the back poses. There are things he can definitely change posing-wise. And of course, he needs to improve the conditioning in the glutes. I would say he was really conditioned from the front and basically from the side and in the back, but it's just the glutes, man. The glutes and the hamstrings that need to get more shredded. And we would do this if we had more time. I thought we were going to do the Toronto Pro. That was the original plan, but we changed the plans now. So we're going to go to the off-season right now and focus on growing, because if he wants to be a top-level competitor, he needs another 20-ish pounds, to be honest, of muscle and better conditioning. You know, do a proper prep, start on time with me, of course, and get shredded. And actually, I think he can go very, very far as a pro bodybuilder. But again, look at his lineup, man. Look at the back poses. Look, compare him to Luke Carroll here and to Patrick Moore. I don't see why those guys, how are they beating Eric? Like in the side poses and the back poses. Maybe I could give them the front shots, but that's about it. And this was a pretty decent Patrick Moore. I mean, compared to what he was bringing before, I think last year he was out of the top 10 at this show, California Pro. That's right. He can actually place that low if he's not in shape, because he's really a shaped guy with conditioning. When he doesn't have the conditioning, he's really just a shaped fat guy, and that's it. So this time around, he was actually in decent shape, not his best, but still good enough to be in the top 5, actually placed 4th here. And Eric just standing next to somebody like Patrick Moore and Sas Hirati and all these guys in the first call out, I think that was a great success for him. We didn't have a lot of time, I didn't prep him for the whole prep. I just tried to save the situation for the last 2 weeks and still managed to bring his best look overall. If you want to learn a little bit more details about how I prepped him for this show, you can read that in my IG post. Again, even bodybuilding _. And I'm extremely happy with what we accomplished. But again, for some serious results, we need to focus on the off-season, adding more muscle, not complaining about placing a 3rd or 4th or 5th here. When I competed before, guys, I felt like I was robbed a couple of times, especially in the beginning. I was 3rd, 2nd, and it took me a couple of years to start winning, actually. But I never complained. I was like, I need to be that dominant that nobody can even doubt me winning. And that happened. The 3rd year, I was competing. And the same thing goes for anybody. Even Eric right now in the pro league. Yeah, we can discuss whether he was robbed a little bit or not. But what I want him to do is to come so convincing next time he's on the stage and just annihilate this lineup. So we'll see how that will go. Again, guys, yeah, sure, this was the outcome. I'm not exactly perfectly happy with how the show was run, but sure, the judging could have went the other way. Harry could have been 3rd, but him being 5th in the top 5 is still pretty decent result. Sas, of course, won. I don't think there is much to talk about that. Really, it was a pretty convincing win. And also, Batista Wellington was very firmly in that second. It's the top 3, 4, 5 that I wasn't so sure about, but maybe I am biased. I don't know, guys. You tell me down below. And also, I am addressing this one guy, maybe a couple of other guys in the comments. There isn't really a lot of comments like that, but I don't know. Most of you supported me. I got a lot of support, and a lot of you guys were happy with the look, so I appreciate you guys for that. Thank you for all the support and for watching this video and bearing with me. Whatever you think about this, though, tell me down below in the comment section. And also, if you need a coach, now would be a good time to hire me. I am not super focused on Eric anymore because we're starting the off season. I have enough room for a couple more competitors this season. So if you want a coach who's not going to charge you a bunch of money like those top top-level coaches, and I don't even know why they're so expensive, because I don't think they're doing that great of a job, and I don't think they're as committed as the coaches who are trying to build their name like myself right now. So I think this is the perfect opportunity for you guys to hire me. If you want to do that, just DM me on IG at @evenbodybuilding_. Now, the next thing we got today, guys, is an update from Nick Walker. Another one, that's right. We got another absolutely insane shot from Nick Walker, hitting the most muscular here, looking like an absolute mutant. And in this photo, you can see that density that he has. And we're talking about here who is the biggest bodybuilder in the world currently. We're comparing Samson to Derek and Samson to Andrew. And yeah, all these guys are freaking massive, especially Samson. But does anybody have this density in the, especially in the upper body and in the legs as well, when they are in condition? It's very rare what we can see from Nick Walker right here. Like, Derek is huge, but when he gets shredded, I mean, his glutes get really lean, and his back, and I guess the hamstrings kind of too, but in the upper body, he just doesn't have this thickness, this density, this details, this hardness that Nick has. Same goes for Samson Dauda, and of course, Andrew Jack. Andrew has the details and everything, but he doesn't get this dense when he's conditioned, when he's contest ready. This is the only guy that has this sort of a look, and it's absolutely nuts. You probably noticed that I never even mentioned Nick Walker using any SEO. Should I even get into that? Probably not, but what I think, honestly, guys, is that all these guys at the top level whose whole existence is about getting bigger and fuller and better as a bodybuilder, I'm sure they're utilizing this as a tool here and there. Of course, you wouldn't expect Nick to put it in his biceps because that's his strongest body part, but to the other body parts that could be lacking, like his chest was pretty shallow a couple of years ago. Now it's much fuller, and sure, maybe he just gained a bunch of muscle because he can gain a lot of muscle very quickly, but you never know. You never know, really. If SEO is used smart, you will never be able to notice, to figure it out. And if he is using it, I don't see it. All I see is quality, full, dense looking muscle. It looks awesome. It looks insane. In this photo, he's of course covering his midsection. That's the huge issue. We cannot see it right here, but as far as the density, the conditioning, the size, the fullness, it's absolutely out of this world. And I'm seeing in the comments, people are saying that he's actually prepping for the Texas Pro. I don't know where you guys got that. I missed that. If it was said in a podcast somewhere or something, if you have source for this information, you can tell me down below in the comments. I'll check it, but I don't know. As far as I know, it's not official. We don't know what he's planning. I hope he's doing Texas. He's competing at a Mr. Olympia this year because the best stage in the world needs to have Nick Walker on it this year. Now, if you check the comments of this post, it's a whole bunch of rest in peace comments, guys. Rest in peace, Ganley. And if you're wondering who he is, I'm sure you have seen some posts. So it's I believe a Brazilian influencer, really super popular. He had 2.2 million followers. I didn't follow him. I didn't know about him before, but I'm seeing all these rest in peace posts now that he passed away, sadly. And I don't know what to say, man. Like, from what I'm hearing, the cause of that was hypoglycemia. And I don't know if that's confirmed. I'm seeing that in the comment section. I didn't really do a lot of research on this, but man, if that's the case, that's even more sad because that could have been prevented so easily. Things can go really bad, really fast with it if you make a mistake, but if you know what you're doing, you should be all right. So, I mean, if this is actually how it happened, because again, it could have been prevented so easily. So really, if you're going to learn something from this, it's don't play with insulin if you don't know exactly what you're doing without proper guidance, or if you just don't have diabetes and a prescription for it. So I'm not sure this is really what happened. That's what people are saying in the comments everywhere. But it is what it is. Rest in peace, Ganley Gabriel. All right, and the final thing we got for today, guys, is Kamal Elgargni. doing another podcast and addressing the situation between him and Andrew Jacked. And in this one, he basically doubles down on the things he said. Surprisingly, even though the entire internet is against him, nobody, literally nobody on the whole internet is supporting Kamal Elgargni in what he said about Andrew or this whole situation. He's still believing in what he said, and again, he's doubling down on some things. He is taking back a couple of things he said. Before we continue, guys, let me play what Kamal had to say in this new podcast, in this new interview he did.
If he comes back and says, here's $200,000 up front, will you train him?
Just a second before anything, because I wanna say the truth. You know, when we flew from Dubai to Romania, he got me a business class then. So I don't want to say like, we say, oh, he did whatever. He did get me then a business class. Together we flew. That's why I never ask. But back to your question, King, I will never, ever, ever go back, even if he give me like 1 million. Because in my heart is my heart. I'm done. And I wish him all the best. All the best. I swear to God, I will never be. But the thing is it's really like hard, like to absorb or to swallow. If somebody treat me like this, you say, if you don't get value for where you are, just move on and go somewhere else. Because I know how much I value. I know who I am.
I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say, really. The key word here is delusional. That's the only way I can put it. I mean, I don't know how Kamal doesn't see that he's absolutely in the wrong here, complaining about the business class and wanting 5% of $1 million. You know, what if he won $10,000? Would he ask for 5% then, or would he ask for 50K? Who the hell knows? The point is, he didn't ask for money up front, and he wanted to ask for that after the whole thing. A mess of a situation. Kamal should learn and realize that he's definitely in the wrong here, but it's not happening. Apparently, he seems too stubborn for that. You guys tell me down below whatever you think about it. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And also, again, guys, for the coaching, even bodybuilding _ on IG. See you soon, guys. All the best, and bye-bye.